All right, I think that I am live. I always struggle with the YouTube lives because it's a whole process between Zoom and making sure you have it all set up properly and all the things. And of course, I didn't double check today to make sure I knew how to do it. So if there is anyone here, I can't really see who's here. Oh, Jen. Hi, Jen. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Hi, Jim. Awesome. Okay, there are actually people here. Very cool. Happy Beltane, everyone. Let's see. So, yeah, this is a very casual hangout in which I'll be talking about Beltane. Of course, we're going to start there. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from. And yeah, you can ask me anything. You can ask me personal questions, astronomy, astrology, tarot, witchcraft. You can ask me about Beltane if you had any questions about that. If you would like me to pull a card for you personally, I will definitely do that for you. I do want to first pull some cards for Beltane just to see what we're working with here, what the divine actually would like to communicate with us for this Sabbath. But yeah, today's been pretty good. I picked some dandelions with my daughter, and that was cool. And Jim, I know you said you're from Colorado, or from Denver, or you're at least you live in Denver. So I actually lived in Denver or in Colorado for about 10 years. And then I moved to central New York in 20, like right before 2020. So like at the end of 2019, like right after Christmas, like literally the end of 2019. And I really miss Colorado because I miss the sun. I just like, I need the sun in my life. And I didn't realize that until, I moved to Syracuse, New York, because there's no sun here. And yeah, I was in Boulder for most of that time. I went to CU Boulder, studied astronomy and physics. Yeah, and so today was so funny because I literally was up early and I was waiting to see if the clouds would like move so the sun would come out, because I was like, I really need to pick dandelions today. Like I really want to, cleanse my home, do the blessing with the threshold, and just like set that tone and create that energy for this first day of my ritual with Beltane. And so I was like, I really need the sun to come out, because dandelions, they actually don't open up, like the flower doesn't open up unless the sun's out. So they're similar to sunflowers. So I was really happy the sun came out. So I was able to get a bunch of dandelions. So that was really cool. So just looking at the chat, and Jen said you're in Cheyenne. Okay, Wyoming. Yes, but you lived oh wow, you lived in Colorado for 22 years. Nice. Colorado is definitely a magical place. There's something about Denver and Boulder. Of course, we know Boulder, but something about that area, and I can only really speak to that area because that's where I was. But that is where I really was able to connect with the community in regard to, like spirituality, witchcraft, just like all the crazy things, even astrology and tarot. And I don't know, if I wasn't in Colorado, I don't know if I would be a professional astrologer or tarot reader, because for a second, I was hesitant to, offer that as like a service, because I was like, no one's going to pay for that. And then I thought about the fact that I was in Boulder, and I mean, it's Boulder, Colorado, like anyone will pay for that. It's expected. It's, it's a part of the vibe of that place. And so, yeah, a friend recommended that I start just doing readings. And so, yeah, I did it. And, here I am. And so I just hold Boulder and Denver at a really special place in my heart. And, you know, I fantasize about moving back. But I kind of just want to be, I think anywhere in the Southwest would be nice. And I would love to move, or not move, but, or yeah, I would definitely love to move, but I hope to visit Denver and Boulder this summer. And so, you know, if I do, I will definitely, you know, share that and announce that. So a lot of people, a lot of connects that I have out there, I will definitely be connecting. So let's see. Jim said it's been raining, but today is bright and sunny hot. Nice, as expected. Jen K says, it really is magical. I go all the time to visit my daughter. Wyoming doesn't have much to offer, LOL, though I love hiking here too. Yeah. Like New York is, you know, actually I have been wanting to go to Wyoming just because I love the West and the openness and yes, the mountains. And I really appreciate New York. And in the summertime, it's beautiful. And they're just like, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of bodies of water and so forth, a lot of lakes. And I really appreciate that. But yeah, I do romanticize Colorado a lot. All right, so I am going to pull some cards. We're just going to see what comes forth for Beltane. And also, you know, this is really the window to observe Beltane is, I would say, would have started last night. So that's April 30th. And that window is open. It's technically open until you could say May 5th, the night of May 5th. However, May 5th is the Scorpio lunar eclipse. And so that is, you know, I wouldn't really do anything, any rituals or anything on the day of the eclipse. And so my cutoff time, my recommendation is May 3rd is what I'm kind of doing for my ritual. So today I did the purifying and the cleansing. I did a whole house blessing on my home. And then at some point I will do a ritual fire in my backyard and like do basically a burning ritual, just things I also want to release and just see, you know, the flames like just devour, you know, that energy. And then the third part of my Beltane, you know, just celebration and observance will be activating my intentions for summer, my goals. And I'll do that through just stating a charm. I'm going to create that. I haven't even done that yet. I haven't even like gotten clear on what my goals are. So for the summer, like I have an idea, but I've manifested a few big things. So I'm really just in a space of gratitude for that. And yeah, I intend to really just put a lot of intention and focus into what I'm calling forth for the next season. And so for those of you who are watching this and you haven't had a chance to watch my Beltane video, the Astronomy and Ritual Beltane, I would definitely recommend that you watch that because I'm not going to really go into those details, but I will say that Beltane essentially is the peak of spring. So this is when spring is like in its full manifestation. We're like halfway between spring and summer. And so we're going to see like the blossoming of, you know, the flowers blossoming and things of that nature. We're going to see a lot of animal life coming out and just like even a lot of people because the sun sets later and the temperature is warmer. And so it's just naturally everyone's outside. And I've been seeing that. And I love that there's a lot of activity. And so Beltane honestly is, you know, honoring the blossoming of nature. And in addition to that, it is inviting the energy of summer or inviting just inviting that essence of summer and just like things becoming or coming more into fruition, things becoming more abundant and really celebrating the creative energy and the fertility and prosperity of just the vibe that we're in right now. And so, you know, if you're in the Southern hemisphere, this is going to be happening in November for you. So you are stepping into, or you're in the moment of Samhain, which is honoring that end of the spectrum, that things are beginning to go into that resting state, and really honoring the cycle of death, or that part of the cycle. So, you know, both ends of this one axis point, right, which we have Beltane and we have Samhain, we are honoring on the Beltane side, life, rejuvenation, and creative energy. And then on the Samhain side, we're honoring death and, you know, decay and I was going to say composition, but I'm thinking of compost. So I don't know if that's right, but yeah. So it's just that duality aspect. And this is the time where the veil is really thin. And so here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are inviting the spirit of life and the nature spirits and so forth. So I really love Beltane. Beltane is a fun time of year. And so I hope that you all can really, you know, have time to honor the energies. So Jen says, she agrees. Okay, going back to just the talk about the cities, agree that she used to love big cities, and now the small town feels feel in wide open spaces. Small town feels, oh, filled in wide open spaces. Too many people in Colorado for me. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I definitely am enjoying the yeah, the separation, you know, in New York where I am. So, I mean, there's still a lot of people. I'm in a college town, but it's not like Boulder, and definitely not like Denver. And so, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate more and more every day of my life being more and more like removed from a lot of people and a lot of activity. Like I like hearing the nature sounds. All right. So thank you. Thank you, Jen and Jim, for your wonderful comments. I'm going to pull some cards right now to see what is going to come forth here. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Awesome. Okay, so let me just put both feet on the ground. Grounding myself and pulling my energy in. Whew, there's a lot of energy around me right now. Pull it into my solar plexus. Feels really good. Okay. So, calling forth the divine to ask what questions, or not questions, but maybe questions for us, but asking for guidance and any messages that are significant for us at this time. I will also say that Mercury Cazimi, I didn't mention, which Mercury Cazimi is essentially when Mercury is in exact alignment with the sun, considered to be in the heart of the sun. And with Mercury retrograde, this is the halfway point of Mercury's retrograde cycle. And so this is a point in which we are in a space of receiving some sort of like aha moment, divine intelligence, and just even good fortune, right? Just some insight or something that comes through. And that exact alignment is, I believe it's going to be in about 10 minutes or so. So this is really powerful time to be sitting here and pulling cards and connecting with you all. So let's see what. Thank you. All right, let's see. Nice. What messages you have for us? Please and thank you. Sorry if you can, like, if that's loud in the mic, me shuffling. Okay, yes, thank you. Anything else? I do like my messages in threes, but I will accept too. Okay. All right, so 2 of Pentacles. And we have, ooh, the 3 of Cups here. Interesting. So already with the two of pentacles here, it feels like, just naturally seeing the energy of this card, it definitely speaks to juggling, two things at one time, or trying to manage your time with um just whatever you have on your plate right now, whatever task you have, whatever responsibilities. When we think about pentacles, that is dealing with the earth element, that's dealing with the physical realm. And so it's like divine is, I feel, asking, right? Because I did say, what questions do you have for us? And I normally don't even say that. And I feel that the divine is asking, what are you juggling, or what are you trying to decide on? Or even, do you have to juggle all of the things, right? And so with this also, when you look at how he's juggling, or just with, for some reason there's an infinity, like it's connected by this infinity symbol, right? By this loop, by the figure 8. And that always speaks to me as infinite possibilities. And so again, it's like, do you really have to, is it really this or that? Or can you just let it go and open yourself up to even more possibilities, is what's coming forth just from looking at this here. All right. And then with this particular energy, the 3 of Cups, this is Beltane energy 100%. And I definitely see that divine is guiding us to really put a lot more energy into this, because I feel that most of us have been, especially in the state of the world right now, and just coming out of pandemic and all of the things, it's like, we're in this inflation period, and like the, physical earth plane is just like, it seems like it's kind of like unorganized, and it's all over the place, and like there's never enough time, there's never enough money or resources. And so it feels like we're always juggling all of the things. And so yes, I definitely see that the 3 of Cups energy is what we are being guided to really put our energy into, especially as we're moving into this next season. So let's see what additional messages, what else do you have for us here? Okay, that wants to come out. Thank you. Ooh. All right. I feel the eclipse energy coming through right now, which is great, So the card that just, presented itself here, face up, the Tower. So this card actually is, this is the Mars energy, right? And this feels like, one, it feels like the eclipse energy. In addition to that, this also feels like Mars and the moon will have a square this week, I believe on Wednesday. So moon in Libra, Mars in Cancer will square each other a few hours before the eclipse. And this is pretty significant because Mars is, the ruler of Scorpio, at least traditionally. And so Mars has some influence, some sway, some management, some responsibility when it comes to this Scorpio energy and this Scorpio eclipse. And so what's really coming through, and I don't even know if I shared this in my cosmic climate, but with that moon in Libra, there is an emotional desire or emotional draw to, in the shadow way, to please others, right? Because Libra is about finding the balance, finding, what will be helpful for both parties. And it's a very social, sign or archetype. And it just wants everyone to get along. It wants to bring in the good vibes, and like, it just wants everything to feel good, essentially. And with that moon there, that just kind of supports that and amplifies that. And so if we're not careful, we may find ourselves, once again, putting ourselves on the back burner to really, do all the things to like please people, and we're not really looking out for ourselves, right? And so that is happening, that connection, which is called actually a square, is happening the day before the eclipse, which actually is a few hours before the eclipse. And that particular connection, that dynamic is considered to be a crisis in consciousness. And so this is pointing to something within our belief system is needing to be released, right? We have to break through something within our consciousness that is, keeping us in that space of like, I have to please, I have to, just do the thing, right? And this speaks really strongly to those of us who are really empathic. And I know I mentioned this in that part in the cosmic climate. And so the eclipses, with any eclipse, that energy is, or that event is, it's disruptive just in nature, right? It's, if you have a solar eclipse, the moon eclipses the sun. And if it's a total eclipse and in the middle of the daytime, like it gets dark for a second, it gets really eerie. And it's just a really amazing, unsettling few minutes. But the point is, and then with the lunar eclipses, right, you have the sun eclipsing the moon and the moon becomes really red, and that just looks off, right? And so there's a point of disruption. And with the eclipses, it's like you don't really have to do anything, like everything's charged up. There's a lot of energy in the field. And this is, in a way, the divine coming in to disrupt the regular scheduled program to really do what needs to be done. So that is this tower energy here. Mary, yes, hello. Oh my goodness. I love seeing your name in the chat. So yeah, that's where we're at with this energy. And so I definitely am going to point back to October, the end of October and early November of 2022, if there was something that was coming up for you at that time and it's relevant to this as well, then that's something that's going to really kind of possibly come to a head, but definitely it's going to be resolved. And the oracle, the oracle card or message for this week is this Gingo energy, which is pointing to breakthrough. And we have Mars and Uranus. This is actually, I feel this as Uranus energy too, where it's just that sudden shock and liberation to you or to a system or whatever, stagnant energy. And so, yeah, we see here there's a sword too, cutting through there to cut through all of the bullshit, all of the stagnant energy. So yeah, we already know that, we get that. And then the next card here is the Queen of Wands. So how perfect. Again, this is Beltane energy. This is us stepping out of this, trying to do all the things and worried and just juggling and not enough time, not enough resources. And we're stepping into a space of receptivity, of creativity. I feel like this is the witch of the deck of the court cards, and especially because of the green kitty there. But with the Queen of Wands, right, the queen is feminine and it represents that receptive energy, and the wands is fire, the element of fire. So it's that creative energy coming forth. And so this is definitely Beltane energy, where we want to create the space for what it is that we want to receive, and we want to call it down, call that energy down, and call that desire or the manifestation of the desire to us, right? So it's really in this space of receiving, and you're doing the small actions here and there, but you're doing it in a way that's fun, right? We're not sitting here stressing ourselves about, how am I going to get this done? And, feeling like we're forcing it, because if you're forcing it, then, it's not really, you're not in flow, and maybe it's not meant to be, or at least in that way. So okay, wow. And I wasn't planning on pulling a card from this deck. I was just shuffling and this fell out. So this is very self-explanatory. This is the sun. Again, this is Beltane energy and just the youthfulness, the celebration, the happiness. This is success, right? And so that falling out is just the divine, amplifying or putting an exclamation point on what I just said. So feel free to ask any questions. If you want me to pull a card for you, I would love to pull a card. And yeah, this is a beautiful read already. I really love this. Okay. So I'm gonna let this just soak on in. Get some water. So yeah, there's a lot of, and I'm just seeing all the red and the yellow in these cards. That really speaks to me. And reds and yellows are definitely colors of Beltane. See if I can get on the camera here. Yes. So just bright energy, youthful energy is the vibe of Beltane. Okay, so Jim, are you wanting me to pull a card about a new job at a new business? Is that what that means there? And I see Jen, you want a card pull. So Jen, I see you asked first, so I'll honor that. What would you, do you want to just see what comes forth, or do you want, do you have a specific question? And then Jim, I'll get you after that. Oh, and Mary, you want love? Okay. Let's see. Jen, are you still here? Okay, I have a question, just a sec. Okay. Nice. Team Aquarius. This is like one of my cards here. Oh my gosh, I love this card. All right. Today has been a really eventful day with Beltane. I'll tell you that. Speaking of productivity with that card, the Two of Pentacles, I am really impressed with everything that I can get done within, my days. Like I just have been the past week or so, I have been so productive and just effortlessly completing all of my tasks. Right. And so it's interesting. I feel like I kind of warp time in my own way. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how my energy's been flowing lately. All right. So Jen, I'm going to give you a minute because I know you have a question. I'm going to just go ahead to Jim and, oh, there you go. Okay. Just kidding. You're ready. Okay. So, and Jen, if you want to also tell me your sun, moon, and rising, if you know of that, and that can probably give us a little bit more insight. So Jen K is asking for job and home and finances and coming into my power have all been coming up lately, and are the lessons I'm needing to learn. I need some guidance and what my focus should be on right now. Okay, so we'll see what comes up just in general with that job, home, and finances, but I might pull a card for each one. Okay, so let's see. Divine. What guided messages do you have for Jen regarding job, home, and finances? Please and thank you. Ali, hello, blessings. Okay. Okay. I'm going to say this is for job. Let's do home. Okay, we already got that. Nice. I'm loving this. Okay. And then finances. All right. Okay, cool. So this is just a little starting off here. And Ali, if you have any questions, you want me to pull a card or anything for you, definitely let me know in the chat. And if you have any shares about Beltane or anything like that, feel free to just drop that in the chat. All right. So Jen, for job, you got Page of Pentacles. So if you haven't received an opportunity or an offer, or just something that you desire in alignment with your job situation, this Page of Pentacles, whenever I see this card, is essentially you're receiving that opportunity. And this is so, divine and very on point because it is Pentacles, right? Pentacles is the one of the four elements or suits in the tarot that deals with literally money, productivity, work, resources. So the fact that I'm seeing this here, the Page of Pentacles, this is saying that you, if you haven't already, received offer an opportunity or something just coming into your life that will open a door, right? Or that will help you transition, even if it's not, say, like, oh, I'm getting this new job, or there's some sort of shift, something coming in to really elevate you. Because with the pages, this is essentially, a level up. Once you hit the court cards, yes, this can represent a person, but this is also moving into a space of, evolution, right? So you're leveling up essentially. So it could even be a promotion or something like that. With home, we have this Six of Cups. This to me is always unconditional love, give and receive, right? And with most of the cups in the tarot on the cup cards, the cups are empty. So this one and then the Seven of Cups are the only ones that actually have things in them. And so I really, really love that. It really stands out to me. And with this in particular, it's like speaking to abundance, love, just like if you think about plants in nature, just that feel good, feel like vibe energy. And this also corresponds to Sun and Scorpio. So I don't know if you have someone in your life that's a Scorpio, but that's that kind of energy. And with Scorpio, the guidance there is to allow the energy to flow or allow the emotions to flow, because Scorpio is a fixed water sign, right? So Scorpio is really good at really focusing on an energy and really going deep with that, right? And being very passionate. And so that's really good. So maybe you might need more of that in your home space. And this, having more of that will actually fuel other aspects of your life, or benefit other aspects of your life if you're creating a space that's very passionate and there's like a lot of deep connection and loving energy. And again, that unconditional love and a give and receive and a flow of that. So that's good. Or if you feel yourself just fixed on, say, specific emotions, this might be guidance to allow that energy to flow. And maybe just, if you can in some way, begin to find ways to release said emotions, especially if you're feeling a bit of that empathy type energy or the people pleasing, right? So it's like kind of letting people feel their own way out, or something of that nature. And then finally, with finances here, we have the World card. So when I see this card, it's been a while since this particular saying has come into my mind, but the world is your oyster. So what do you want? You can have anything that you desire. It's yours. And then with this card specifically, this has been standing out to me lately too, the red ribbon, as healing. So it seems like, your finances are in a state of healing, or there's some cycle coming forth and concluding. And so, yeah. And so, wow, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. So basically, that's going through a healing process. And what is it that you truly desire? So starting again to focus on more of what you truly desire. Like you said, you are needing some assistance or asking for guidance of stepping into your power. This is an opportune time to, sit in meditation or whatever way feels good for you, to call forth that divine power and that creativity, and just like an extra boost, right? And then hold space for yourself and allow yourself to receive that and that to come, because something is coming forth if it hasn't already. So Jen, you said you're a Pisces sun, Aries moon, and Pisces rising. Okay. So Aries sun, Aries moon. Okay. That's yeah. So this is, you're experiencing this lunar cycle twice, right? And we just had the eclipse in Aries, right? So again, we're on the second Aries lunation cycle. Your moon is in Aries. So this is like a lunar return in addition to the eclipses. So what I'm going to say with that is that, that area, the Aries part of your chart and your moon, which is involved or has a part to do with your manifestation and your embodiments, that is going through deep transformation and accelerated change. And so your feelings, your belief systems, and even more so your mental health, what is going on behind the scenes there is going to really be going through change. And most importantly, Aries actually rules your house of finances, of security, of resources. So that area of life is naturally going through change. And so, you know, you just want to be clear with your desires, be open to receiving what is necessary to receive that change. Because again, with eclipses, there is like not a lot you have to do, but just like move with it and keep yourself in high vibes and have your intentions and desires clear. And that will change for, you know, the highest and best for you if you allow and resonate with that. So I don't really think there's more I have to go into. I don't think there's more I have to ask for that. So I hope that was helpful. Ah, yay. You're welcome. All right. So Jim, let's see what messages. Okay, Jim, when were you born? As far as like, do you know your sun sign? If you know your sun sign, that's good too. If you're still here. All right, so Jim was asking about a new job at new business. Cool. Okay. No longer serves my highest good. There you go, Jen. Very, very well said. Very well said. That sounds like a affirmation, like a very strong affirmation. That last part you said, Jen, I am in the midst of transformation in various areas of my life, and releasing all of that no longer serves my highest good. That's amazing. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to clear the energy real quick. Okay. And if you guys have anything with Beltane, any questions too, anyone else watching? I'm going to do these 3 card pulls, or a card pull for Jim and then for Mary. And then that might be it, because my computer is about to die. And so is my phone. I was, you know, just busy not doing the responsible things, apparently. All right. Okay. So Jim, you are an Aquarius. Your birthday is 10 days after mine. I am January 20th. I keep seeing the sun card on the bottom, so that's really good. All right. So, oh, a lot of fire is okay for Beltane. But okay, so let's see. What messages, Divine, do you have for Jim regarding a new job at a new business? Please and thank you. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm going to ask for one more. Maybe are you like hesitating on something? There seems to be like a lot of waiting. Maybe you're waiting to hear back, or just like not really sure what you want to do. Let's see. Can I get one more card here, please? And thank you, Divine. What does Jim need to know? Yeah, I'm getting this vibe of like waiting or hesitation, because it's a slow shuffle even. And it's like, you know, I just saw the Hermit card on the bottom. So let's see. All right. Wow. Okay. The energies, I love the shift between readings. It's just like, I can feel the shift in the energy. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through is optimism. I feel or I hear like some advice coming forth is to be optimistic about what is in front of you. And so the reason why I was asking about hesitation is these two cards were the first two cards that they actually came out together and right away. So this card here is this is, as you can see, he's basically just standing here. He's chosen one thing, but he's looking at the other wands here, and it's almost like he's unsure if he really wants this one, like looking back at that one. And the astrology associated with this card is moon and Sagittarius, and so that energy is, again, it's like, I don't really know what is it that I desire, what is it that I actually want. And the gift with Sagittarius is that there's an optimism, there is just like this knowing already, like this innate knowing, an innate connection to the divine. I feel that Sagittarius, and I know you're not a Sagittarius, but just the archetype within itself, it is one of those archetypes where the people that I know that have Sagittarius in like one of their main three, they just get it. They just know. Like, I'm like, how do you know that? Or it just like clicks. And what they say almost sounds like, truth with the capital T. It's like there's some sort of connection there. And so with this card, it can kind of signal that maybe that's kind of missing in a way, like maybe there's too much overthinking, or it's just like the divine is guiding you to be a little bit optimistic about what's in front of you, and be, convicted with your choice, or like you choose that, and it's like, I choose this, and I, that's my choice. And there was something else. Yeah, and this is like also points to just even having a lot of resilience, right? If there's like, at this point he's got like the bandage over his head, so it looks like he's kind of been through some shit, but he's still standing strong, and he's holding on to the wand. So it can also come forth as, resilience and overcoming, and again, being strong within your desire and what you choose, and being optimistic and not, self-doubt, right? So this one here it's kind of the same type energy, right? It's kind of just like looking at all of the things, and it just like feels like not really sure. And it's like, do I even want any of this, is what I always feel. And this card here, there's a lot of waiting happening, right? Again, where it's just like, okay, I have all of this here, these opportunities, or seeds or resources or connections, whatever it is. And it's like, okay, so what am I going to do with this, right? Like, that's kind of what it is. It's and this is Taurus energy. I believe I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to look at my little chart thing here to see, but I believe this, I want to say, is it Mercury in Taurus? Or no, it's Saturn in Taurus. Yeah. So Saturn is, what, I'm going to plug up my computer, because I really hope that this doesn't mess me up. I'm going to lose my camera. Okay, I think we're good. So this is Saturn in Taurus, and Saturn in Taurus is, Saturn in general is like it puts up the walls, the restrictions. It's like, wait, like we need this thing. Like Saturn wants mastery. Saturn wants like almost like perfection, right? It doesn't want you to make stupid little mistakes. And so, Saturn's like, well, it's not ready yet. It's not time yet. What's on the foot? Which foot? Let's see. Or on the head. I think that's what I said. Did I say foot? Your new friend Saturn. Your new friend Saturn. Yeah. So Saturn's like, I have a very close relationship with Saturn for this very reason. Then the next card here is the moon, which is, again, it's speaking to illusions or what's really real, or there's just like a lot of like confusion or haziness, specifically because what I'm seeing with this card. So naturally I need to get more insight, more information. Wands foot. Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything there, but I was pointing to his bandage on his head. Mary says, make a decision coming from gratitude of the choices you have. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Divine, can I just get a little bit more clarity here on Jim's situation of a new job, a new business? Okay. Thank you. Can you ask a different way? I'm confused now because I know you said never mind. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so to me, this almost seems like this is moving away. This is a card that's saying move on. So I'm going to leave it there because maybe you know what this means. And, so with this particular card, this is also more so dealing with the thoughts, the mental process. So just like what I'm getting intuitively is maybe like letting go again of any limiting thoughts, or could it be like just letting go of like the new job at this new business? Like, is it, does it light you up? Do you feel inspired by it? And I'm just going to see if there's one more card. I'm going to use a different deck. I'm going to use my Oshos and Tarot deck just to see. Final messages here just to bring this full circle. Okay. So this is the Knight of Wands, intensity. Let's get one more. The energy is like, I'm feeling this moon energy where like, I'm confused, but I do have I got it. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Divine, for a very clear, direct message. All right. So we have stress and intensity, right? So there's a lot of movement, a lot of things going on, even though it's like you're not getting anywhere. It seems like, there's a lot of just hesitation. And essentially, the final card here is go with the flow, going with the flow, right? This is Ace of Cups. This is just letting it all go, let it be. And it's similar. It feels similar to this card here. So Jim, I hope that was helpful. It seems really, even though it's confusing, it definitely is very clear for me. It seems like, if there's something that you're overthinking or you're just not feeling, inspired by it, maybe there's something you need to let go of. Maybe there's something you need to release. So yeah. You're welcome. All right. So we have Mary next. I don't know how this turned into like a little mini tarot reading. I love it. I love this. I don't really do these anymore. I used to do readings like this, especially like back to back at like parties and stuff, and people would hire me, or like little witch markets. And so I haven't really done this since the pandemic, since moving to New York. All right. Whew. Okay. So I'm just going to, again, clear the space, clear the energy to therefore invite Mary's energy. Whew. Okay. Burned a lot of sage today. All right, so I'm gonna give it one more shuffle, clearing the space, inviting Mary's energy in. Mary is asking for just some messages. What messages in regard to love? Love. Okay, so what does Mary need to know at this time? Okay, that was fast. I didn't see that the card is face down, so I don't know what it is. Okay. Is there another card here? Thank you. Interesting. Oh, we got a bonus card. Okay. Ooh. All right. So interesting. All right. The first card that fell over is Six of Swords. So again, with that moving on energy, and you know what, it's amplified here with the Eight of Cups. So walking away, moving on. Then we also have the Moon, which is, and this, what really came through is like a reveal, right? So I definitely, there's something coming forth with this Scorpio moon, especially, I know you're a Scorpio. You have the Taurus full moon. So literally, for you, it's like the sun and the moon have actually switched, or like in transit, like during the Scorpio full moon, right? The eclipse on Thursday, it's like the sun is now where the moon is in your chart, and the moon is now where the sun is. So the moon is in Scorpio with your sun in Scorpio, and the sun is in Taurus with your moon in Taurus. So there's like this energy exchange, this that play a duality. And I feel that there's something that's going to come to light this eclipse, right? From what I'm seeing on the card here, the cards. And then here we have the Four of Cups, which, you know, just feels like there's something that you not wanting to receive something, right? Like with this card, like there's a focus here on these three cups, and you know, this is being handed to you, right? So this can come forth here. This might be what is bestowed upon you, you know, during the lunar eclipse. I'm like stumbling on my words. This is really interesting and surprising because, you know, I know a little bit of your business because Mary and I are really tight besties. And so I'm like, what? All right. So let's see. Can you give me more information on Mary and love? Just more insight onto this with this message. Sorry, that's loud in there. Yeah, it just seems like disappointment is what I'm getting. But I'm going to try a different deck. Like just looking at the four of these cards here in front of me, it's like, like you're kind of like almost ready to move on or move forward or feeling some kind of sway, but it's kind of confusing with the moon there, like the emotions. And again, what's really real. And it's like, are you waiting for something? Are you waiting for something? Right? It's like you're focusing on these three things, but maybe there's something else that you're not paying attention to, which is literally this card here, which can also be a card of disappointment too. Okay, so Divine, can I get a little bit more insight here? Just some more guidance for Mary on love, please. What else? Thank you. Some more insight here. Wow. I'm not seeing cards. They just started flying out all of a sudden. Thank you. Okay. So we received 4 cards here. And the last card, or the card, it was the last card that fell, and it fell face up. So 7 of Wands, again, that stress energy. Okay. So it's giving me the vibe of, it's like, what is it, waiting for the last shoe to drop or something like that? So I'm kind of getting that vibe. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna look at all. Oh, okay. Wow, this is a very different energy than the other cards. Okay. So you got the Two of Cups, friendliness. And I love this Two of Cups because there are trees, and trees are strong, and the trees are merged. So it's like just longevity and just a connection. And with the Two of Cups, you know, in the traditional tarot deck, it is the Lover's card. So I like the way it looks in this deck as trees, and they're merged in together, and it's very vibrant. Then here we have participation. This is the Four of Wands, right? And so the energy coming into collaboration with one another, and like creative energy too. And traditionally in the traditional deck, the tarot deck, Rider-Waite-Smith, this is the 1111 card, or I refer to it as 1111. And it's like a card of celebration. It's a card of like weddings and union and prosperity and good fortune and all of that. And then we get this past life here. And this is interesting, right? So I think there's like, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to see if I can get one more card because I'm nosy, because I'm like, is this past life? Is this connection? Is this like a new thing? Or like, is this, is this what's being offered? What's coming in? Because I got just this feeling, just this knowing that I was like, this might be like some kind of new energy. But let's see. So Divine, is this new energy? Can you just give me some insight on what this energy is here? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's see what fell on the moon. So this fell on the moon. Two of Swords, schizophrenia. So this is like literally like letting go, but going back and forth in your mind. And we are the world, which is 10 of Cups, and it's everything coming together. It's wish fulfillment, it's dreams coming true. And so really what it comes down to is a similar message to Jim, is like, just kind of get out of your head about it. Like, let it go. What's meant to be will be, going with the flow, and just focusing on what you know you need to be focusing on at this time, and just showing up every day and doing what it is that you need to do. But if there's something coming forth, especially like with these two cards here in the past life cards. So there's some cycles completing here. And then with the Four of Cups, with that, there's something being offered to you. So it's like, the Divine is like, don't even worry about it. Do you, and get out of your own way, essentially. And then it will all unfold. All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jim, Jen, Mary, for participating. Thank you, Ali, for saying hi. I'm going to be doing these lives for every Sabbath day, I guess you could say. So the next one will be summer solstice. So you can expect to see me there. And definitely thank you for your support and everything on my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing and watching this or showing up. And I always love hearing what's coming up for you and your shares and your experiences. So if you enjoy my content, please share with anyone else who you think would enjoy it. And so we'll hang out, we'll do the thing. But thank you all, and I will see you soon.